My name is Heather Carey. I'm the lead professor of ESSI210, SPED Law and Professional Practices. Thought I would do something new and give you a tour around the Canvas course and give you, hopefully this will answer any questions you may have. I took a lot of time in really updating the course, so hopefully everything works for you. The homepage, of course, has what you would need to update for your name, title, office hours, your personal information. It also has the textbook. The IEP textbook, the 4th edition, there is an e-text version. I would really recommend you as an instructor to get access to the e-text version. If you reach out to Pearson, they will give you access, and if you let them know that you're an instructor for Buena Vista University. They just sent it to my email. And there's videos within that IEP book that you can use right along with the course. Also, students can use those videos and cite them with their assignments. So I really recommend that. It is a little bit more costly, so if students don't have the money for the e-text, then I would guide them to get the paperback version. But I really liked that e-text version. The other book is Paraprofessionals and Teachers Working Together, Highly Effective Strategies for Inclusive Classrooms. So everything should be here for the course description, learning objectives, the in-task standards, everything for the modules, what's in the modules. I went in and updated all of that. And then this module 7.5, the mock IEP, I used to have the mock IEP with the students, so I made it where this is on their own, since we really don't meet for an 8th week. The only thing that they do is they watch it and then they give feedback on it. So that'll be kind of up to you how you want to run that. Within the syllabus is kind of the same thing, where you want to, update your information. It has the course description. There really isn't a lot of prerequisites there. I do have the objectives, the outcomes, the expectations, all those kind of pieces, for the course. So, and then all of the course assignments, and I gave them some descriptions within there. So I also put my expectations for a discussion thread. If yours are different, you might want to look at those. So grading scales, if you click on these, like for course communication, the netiquette, those are all drop downs, and you can, click those. So the big part here is on the modules. There's some things that I include here that are different from other instructors. So the first thing here is that I have an introduction to the course and course resources. And I do this so that it answers students' questions prior to the start of the term. So there is a getting started where they kind of get to know what the course is about. And it has just some basic lessons, a meet and greet, a welcome. The welcome has a video about the course, and it shows them around the course, and they have to just comments about the course and at least a question, but it just shows them around the course. The reason I do this is so that they have to be prepared. So they have AP citations, they have a little reading about student expectations. So, and this here comes from the handbook. And I know this may seem silly, but without this, they don't read it. And they still may not read it, but at least it's expected. Then here, I have a section under resources. And many times, students, I will show this to them, and then they still don't know where it's at. But I tell my students, and I took this out of as an assignment. So this will be something that I preempt them and suggest to them is to have them make Google folders. And they are welcome to make Google folders and keep any of these resources. So, like I have folders here for all the elementary resources. As they're writing their IEPs, these are things that they may want um, to use as they're, writing their strengths, interests, preferences with their students. So they are welcome to download these resources into their Google folders. They can use any of these. It's absolutely fine for them because the goal is when they transition from this class that they have resources. One of the big resources here is this AEA special education procedures. I really love this tool. You can go to, and it's not the Achieve version, but it is a great documentation guide. So let's say that we want to know of, and they're not going to learn about EER, so I won't go that way. But let's say that that's the family tab, that's disability suspect. We don't want to talk a lot about disability suspect yet because that's a lot to throw on a new teacher. You do learn about the consent to receive electronic communication. This is something that we have to teach them about. I'm not sure if it's in this course. I'm pretty sure it is. That's the EER. But what you can do is when we click on anything within this document, it's going to take us right to that page. So we are going to do initials. That stuff is beyond the realm of this class. I saw PWN. So we are going to learn about prior written notices. So if there's anything they want to learn about within here, if they click on that, it's going to take it to them. And here, like a description of the action. So it takes it right there. A description of the action proposed or refused. And it's going to tell them, and gives them some examples. So this is a great resource for them in this class. And here's a PWN initial, and here's some more examples. So I hope you find that to be a helpful resource. Another helpful resource that I will constantly refer to in this class is I3. I3 is the website that anything that we need go to at the AEA is the special education website. So if we want to know about, here's special education, we're going to go to IEPs. And when we go to IEPs, types of IEPs, and here it is. And so this is going to be a good resource. Initial IEPs. And then it talks about all of those. And then it'll go on down to reviews or annual IEPs. So again, this is another great resource, and it is under resources. I also have a tab for recordings. Right now, I just have the present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. I have a recording of the key assignment and me going over the handbook. When I teach this course, I put the recordings of each of the night's classes in there. That is totally up to you if you want to do that or not. Please feel free to do that. I will probably go and add recordings of me reviewing the meeting notice, those kind of things. Even though they're built throughout the course, I'll put them here as well. So that is under your resources. Each module, when you open the page. It is welcomes you to the module, tells you what you're going to learn about, the objectives, goes over the readings. There are additional readings for each of the students in here so that they can cite those readings within there. Gives them an agenda, it gives them the learning tasks, and then they can just work through them. They can go next within there, each one. And then I've updated all of the rubrics. So I hope that helps on there. Like the placement course validation assignment is something that if they aren't placed, they'll have to talk to their advisor. But a couple of the first field experience assignments, they don't even have to meet with their teacher. Because if you look within this course, you're going to see the field experience assignments are at the very end of each module. They're labeled FE1A, FE2A, FE2B, and like FE1A, understanding perspectives of the collaboration process, they don't even have to begin their field experience to do that, because in this one they interview 3 educational professionals. So there really is not a reason to be late on this assignment. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, oh, one other thing I'm going to show you. I do have 4 students at the end, and I have all of the information that they would need for them in case they want to write them into an Iowa IEP. It has all of the information they would need. So they are welcome. I allow my students to either choose one of these case studies at the bottom, meet our students. They can choose a student that they know or to work with their cooperating teacher. So it is totally up to you, but there are case studies down there. I know it's very hard to do these assignments when it's a fictitious student. I do have assignments built in, like monitoring and reporting student progress, where we would do this in class, and then they do this on their own, so that they understand how to do this before they do it on their own for the IEP. So I hope all of this helps. If you have any questions, please reach out to me via email or phone. I hope you enjoy this class.